G'day, I'm Luke the Drifter, and we're here at Drifta headquarters this afternoon, and I want to show you a new product we've come up with, which is the Drifta hose reel. Not so much camping related, something I've really needed, you know, for a long time. Show you there. Now that's what I've had before, and you know, you can buy some metal ones, but they're pretty shit really, and the sun gets them, and then, you know, they just go all brittle. Anyway, and the other problem is you've got nowhere to put all your bits and pieces. They've got these things here, but stupid. So I sort of been wanting to make it for a while, and we made that up. This is the second one I've made. So you can see it just screws to the wall. We've got this little area down inside here to put all your fittings and stuff, which is great. There's some holes there to let it drain, and you know, now that's 3mm check plate aluminium, so it's going to last literally forever. And I'll show you, we'll go up and have a look at them being made, and show you where you can use them around your shed. Okay. So this is the first prototype we made, and you know, you can see we've made it a little bit better now, some rounded corners. And also on my first one I folded this up and then we welded this piece on. But on the second one we've incorporated that in, so it's all one piece, which is a lot nicer design. And on the third one we'll show you, we've got Drifta written in the front as well. So it gives you a bit of an idea of the progression that takes place when you're designing something. But yeah, that was the first one. You can see how solid they are. The good thing with these two is they've got a fairly good radius on them. So the hoses hang a lot better when they've got a nice sort of broad radius. If they're too narrow, then the hose is just sort of kinks together and doesn't sit as well. So it's got quite a nice radius on it. Right, let's duck up to the dot shed and we'll have a look, and we'll show you making them. Yeah, we've got quite a lot going on in the dot factory at the moment. We're doing a small extension in here. So this is sort of a bit of storage area. We're going to put a mezzanine right through, and that's going to be an extension for the canvas factory up top. So it'll give us about twice the size in our canvas factory. So yeah, by the end of this week we should have that finished, and you know, we've got so many bags coming out now. We've got the new blue colour and lots of new products, so we really need that space and a couple extra machines. So we've got quite a lot of stuff sitting around at the moment while we've got this out. Yeah, so that's the new ones. So you can see how we've got Drifta scribed into the top. The holes now are centered also to match the corrugated iron, and you know, you can see how we've just you can see how we've just TIG welded it up. So yeah, Tim's here is making them all for us, and you know, it's a bit of an art doing the TIG welding. He's doing a beautiful job. Look at those welds. So they're very strong, they'll last forever. Nice job. Yeah, cool. See, right, you keep going there, Tim. You can see what Tim's making also. He's doing all the wood boxes for the camper trailers, and see there's a lot of welding in there. That's quite a big long weld. It's almost a metre of TIG welding, so That's plenty of practice. The other thing we're doing is getting this offcut here, comes out of that. So what we've done is make these up, and that's going to be used for just hanging power cords and smaller hoses on. So you can screw that to the wall, and we'll show you how that works. So, you know, they're a pretty good little product, and you know, it's worth having something good to hang your power cords on. So we'll do some of those. This is our plasma cutting area, and this is our mate Toby from Germany. How you going, mate? Right. So Toby's been working here for a while now, and he's taken over all the plasma cutting from Jacob. And what's your qualification, Toby? You're like a mechanical engineer?
I'm a mechanical engineer and I'm a machinist.
And also a machinist, so he's a pretty clever bloke. And it's been great to have him here. You know, this is all pretty complicated stuff to put the Drifta logo and everything into the machine, so it's great to have him here doing these designs for us. You can see he's just nesting it here, putting some spare parts in, and he's going to start cutting this soon. So while Toby's doing that, I'll show you how to cut them out. So that's the piece there we've cut. So we ground all the edges on this to make it nice and smooth, and then we're going to fold that up shortly. These ones here, and we had to get that folded. We didn't have a folding machine before, so we bought one in the other day. That's how we fold them up, so that's been a pretty cool little machine. So you can see here in the DOF factory we've got a couple of hoses here, and the problem with these, I mean, most people have a extension lead on a hook, but if it's really hot weather, the power cord sort of sags over the hook and it can sort of kink the lead, which is not real good for it. And if it's really cold weather, the lead sort of goes really cold in that shape, which is not a good shape when you're trying to roll it out. The other thing like that, they tend to twist and they end up like that as well, which makes it even worse when you're trying to roll it out. You know, when you're I was a carpenter for several years, and you're rolling in and out leads all day, you know, and what you really want is a nice big coil so you can just loop it out as you go. You really don't want it to be twisted up or sort of closed off like that. So it's just going to hang a lot nicer. It's much better for your power cord, and you know, that's just a good little wall hook for your lead. Now this one here, this stuff gets very cold and really hard to wind up as well. So, you know, we'll do one of these to there. Yeah, you can see how that's much better, and it hangs really nicely. So Now that's a pretty thick and stiff air hose. So that's, you know, a lot better sitting on the wall like that. Let's have a look at Toby, what he's up to. That's the first step in the process of making these, and that's for screwing to the wall, and that's for drainage.
Ah, drainage.
Alright, Toby, thanks mate. Alright. Yeah, you can see what I put on the wall just before, and it doesn't sound much, but just a little bracket like that helps those leads hang so much neater. See, when you pull it off, it's just got a really good shape. So if you're going to lay that out, there's no knots and no twists, and that makes a huge difference when you're you know, running leads in and out all the time. So again, that's a fairly narrow or thin lead. If you hang that on a small hook, it's just going to go like that, and then it tends to twist. You end up with leads like that, and it's not good for them either. So it's much better to have them hanging on something like that. Chuck one around here. You can see there straight away what happens to them. So, okay, so it'll take a little while for that lead to come back into shape. But you can see it's going to sit a lot better like that as well. It's just if you went to run that lead out full length, that's probably a 20-metre lead, it'll just become a twisted mess on the ground, you know. So, righto, we'll go put a few more up. Right, this is just in our shed, and I've just had this lead hanging here for a while on the extinguisher. Hey Scotty, what's up? Yeah.
Want to be in the video?
What's up, mate?
I was going to ask you a question.
Oh, yeah. You want to borrow me later, boy?
You want it back in one piece?
Yes.
That goes on for the hot water system, does it?
Dual car?
For the dual car?
Well, only on a trailer.
Yeah. So we're not selling those at all?
No.
Okay.
What? Oh,
So-
we can.
Well, we sent a couple out. We went up and asked for the
Who makes them?
Dot Boys.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
So look at that. You know, I can re-roll that and it'll sit so much better. So yeah, I reckon they're a good little bracket, and you know, pretty handy. Use my old mail bag. Haven't had that on for a while. When I was chippy.
Oh.
Well,
Really?
must have shrunk.
Is that possible? Is that even possible?
It's shrunk, mate, because I'm still wearing the same size jeans as I have for the last 30 years. Alright, what else? Let's chuck a couple of these on. This is actually where it all started. I've put a new tap in here. Right, we've got a new tank on the back of the Drifta drawers factory. the new tap come off it, and I really didn't want to buy one of those stupid plastic holders that you can buy, you know, so I wanted to get something good. I asked Kodo to make something up for us, and he's sort of been busy, and then Toby turned up and said, can you design it for us, because, you know, put that on the plasma cutter, you got to 3D design it and everything. So it's just been perfect. So I'll chuck this on here, I reckon. See how we've got the holes now lined up for the corrugations? So, I reckon about there. Now there's 2 holes at the top, there's also one inside here. Right, so what you need for that is really just a short extension like that. Righto. Now we'll grab a hose. And that's it. Job done. So yeah, lots of room in there for your bits and pieces. And again, it looks pretty good. Just that checker plate aluminium. It's not going to, you don't need to paint it. And you know, it'll literally last forever. What you want with your hoses is to have nice long loops. This is the hose out of the boat actually. But see, if you've got small loops, this is what happens. You end up with, you know, like a bit of a mess. So you want to have sort of big long loops like that. Again, that'll just settle down after a little while. But that's what you really want, is to have nice big hoops. So if you're going to pull a bit out, you can just grab a couple. Also, if you wanted to, you can just flick them off. And that's really what you want. So it stops them getting all tangled. Again, the hose gets a bit of a memory after a while, so once it's used to being, you know, in a big loop, it'll just sit there nicely. Again, this is the hose out in the boat, and it's been sort of tightly wrapped for a long time. Righto. So this is another spot where I wanted to have a hose holder. So I've just got the tap on the back here. You can see it's just been laying here for years. The fittings are on the ground. Now, I can still put that on there like that. So, yeah, chuck all your fittings in. This is a 30-metre hose, so it's fairly long. There you go, so looks much better, up off the ground. That's again a 30-metre hose, and you could probably put twice that on there, so still plenty of room. Come and have a look, you can see that there's plenty of space there. Again, that's 30 metres, so you can probably easily fit 50, no worries. And it's there forever, tidies it up. So that's the Drifta hose reel, be on the website, and great bit of extra drifter gear.